Hi, this is Ed Mayhew, author of Age Blasters, 3 Steps to a Younger You. Today's Age Blaster is California's Helen Klein, ultramarathoner extraordinaire. This is Helen crossing the finish line of a marathon. She's just run 26 2/10 miles to celebrate her 80th birthday. Now, I know that's probably not how you'd like to celebrate your birthday, especially your 80th birthday. Helen ran the California International Marathon in 4 hours and 31 minutes. That comes out to 10 minutes and 21 seconds a mile. Most 20 and 30-year-olds in their current condition cannot run a single mile in 10 minutes and 21 seconds if they can run a whole mile at all. Helen ran 26 of them in a row. To put this in a little further perspective, the average time for a woman marathoner back when Helen did this was 4 hours and 52 minutes. That means that Helen's 4 hours and 31 minutes was 21 minutes faster than the average time for a woman. The average age for a woman was 34. Helen was closing in on being a half century older. The average age for a man was in his 30s, average time 4 hours and 22 minutes. So as you can see, Helen was very competitive with both women and men much younger than she. So what happened when she crossed the finish line of that marathon? Did she collapse in a puddle of sweat, her frail, stiff, achy relic of a body have to be scraped up off the pavement and carried away? No, she was 80 years old. She just run a marathon. The reporters gathered around her. And while she stood there by the finish line, behind her, much younger women and men marathoners were struggling to get to and cross the finish line. And Helen told those reporters, and later told me, that she felt so good she could have turned around and run back home, which she probably could have because a couple of months earlier, when she was a mere youngster of 79, she ran the Des Moines, Iowa marathon in 4 hours and 46 minutes. And then just 6 days later, hardly time to turn around and catch her breath, she was in the foothills of California running the Dick Collins Fire Trail 50 miles in 13 hours. But Helen wasn't always this youthful. Back at age 55, when she first started, she had no experience with exercise, no interest in exercise, and no sports history whatsoever. But her husband Norm, he wanted to run a long-distance road race. And since they liked to do things together, she reluctantly agreed to go along. So one day, Helen found herself in the backyard to jog a mile or so to get ready for the race. She made it less than half a mile, and she had to quit because she thought she was going to die. Now compare that with 25 years of aging later, at age 80, when she ran more than 52 times as far and felt so good she could have turned around and run back home. Does this challenge the current beliefs about aging just a little bit? Well, the age blasters such as Helen and Helen herself show us that falling apart as we age is merely an option, not a mandate. If you'd like to find out more about Helen Klein and her amazing feats of endurance, in my book Fitter After 50, there's extensive writings about Helen. Fitter for Life has a whole chapter about Helen, and Age Blasters has a small section on Helen and 77 other Age Blasters. So if you'd like to learn how Helen was able to transform her life and how these other Age Blasters are showing that falling apart as we age is merely an option, not a mandate, go to fitterforlife.com. That's fitterforlife.com. Ask for your free newsletter. Thank you.